What is going on, everyone? I want to thank you for tuning in into the Refs Call show. You may see I'm in a different attire than I normally in on today's show. We got a good show today. We have a good show today. Normally, my show is on Thursdays, but given the severity of my schedule, severity meaning I'm literally busy Mondays, Tuesdays, Thursdays, Fridays, and Saturdays. So since basketball season is here, I'm busy 5 days out of the week. So today, Wednesday was my off day this week. I have to referee a game on Thursday and have an event on Friday and Saturday. So I said, well, let me do my show this week on Wednesday. I'm gonna try to make sure I do it every week instead of bi-weekly. I understand that consistency is key when it comes to the podcasting game, but you know, getting better at it. So once again, I want to thank you guys for tuning in. I am live on Facebook, X, and YouTube. I'm live on X on my personal page at Bobby Boucher 713. Please give me a follow if you like. If not, it's all good. Still love you no matter what. Live on Facebook on my personal page at Gregory Bell II. And I'm also live on YouTube on the Rays Juke Joint page. Please subscribe to the Rays Juke Joint page. Please hit that like, share, and subscribe button on the Rays Juke Joint page. So now that I got that out of the way, outside of refereeing, you guys know that I am the manager of my wife, who is a professional singer. So I just want to give a quick update on her. I try to give an update on her business as much as I can because, we're making a little bit of traction in these streets. Last time I had the show, we did a demo for Microsoft for one of their products, and we're still waiting on the decision if they're going to pick it up or not. So it's been 2 weeks. So I'm pretty sure, it's going to be a little bit of a process with editing, and they got to, I'm pretty sure she wasn't the only one that submitted the demo as well. So they have to sit down and debate on which one they like, and if they pick it up, we may have to redo it. So I'm not expecting an answer from them no time soon, but it's still exciting that we have that in the wing. So, or in the win, I should say. And also, she has a concert coming up this Friday. She is singing in a Christmas concert. She has a set that we'll be doing on this Friday. So I'm excited about that as well. So shout out to my wife. Shout out to Mrs. Bell. All right. So we got that out of the way. Like I said, my schedule is crazy. Mondays, Tuesdays, Thursdays, Fridays, and Saturdays. So the only days of the week that I get off is Wednesday and Sunday. And sometimes I'm busy even on Wednesdays. I may not get a day off until Sunday. It's rare that I may get 3 days off during the week when the season is here. So now that basketball season is here from December to early March, that's going to be my schedule. Nonstop, waking up at 5 a.m., doing my workouts, going to work from 7 to 3:30, and then leaving work. I may get an hour in between to come home, make sure I have everything together for the games, and get a quick nap in. There are times where I don't even get a nap in. There are times where I have to leave work, grab my stuff, head straight to the school, sit down, decompress for about 15 minutes, and then it's right into the pregame meeting. So my day starts at 5 a.m. I may not go to bed until 10:30, 11 o'clock, and that's 5 days minimum out of the week. But I love it though because I love the game. So that covers that. Now, why am I in my stripes uniform? I'm not in the shirt that we wear for the high school games because on that shirt we will have the state logo and American flag. This is just your routine referee shirt you can pick up from Dick's Sporting Goods. We use these shirts when we referee AAU and recreation ball because those games are not monitored by the state or any board. So why am I wearing this shirt? Well, we're going to go into a deep dive today in the game of basketball. We're going to review, outside of the Chicago Bulls, of course, but we're going to review some film, and I'm going to show some games that I refereed this week and last week. So you will see me on the screen, and I'm going to show you some calls that I missed, some calls I didn't make, some calls I did make. Why did we make that call? What am I thinking during that call? Also, I'm going to show you that I had to throw a player out. It's the first time I ever had to do that in 3 years. I had to throw a play out of the game. And me personally, as a referee, I do not like giving out technical fouls because if I, as a referee, have to give out a technical foul, now there's a possibility that I or me and my crew may decide the outcome of the game if the coaches cannot get their players in control. And if the coaches try to get their players in control and the players don't listen, then we got to step in. And I don't like doing that because I want the players to decide the game at all times. And I even tell the players that in my pregame when we meet with the coaches and the captains. Hey, look, y'all have a good game. We don't want to get involved. Coaches take care of your players. Captains take care of your teammates. If we have to get involved, then it's going to be a problem. I'll talk to you throughout the game, but if I got to do too much talking to you and it's not clicking, all right, now I got to blow my whistle. And I don't want to do that because that can throw off the flow of the game. Believe it or not, a lot of referees, we like it when there's either a running clock, a smooth game. We ain't got to blow our whistle as much because we know everybody is there. They're on a schedule. They're ready to go home. They've been working all day. It's an intense environment because it is a game. We don't want to decide the games. At least me, the good refs. You have some of those refs that get high and mighty because they got on the stripes and they just want to kind of, strut their stuff or whatever. We ain't worried about them. Don't worry about them at all. But me and the other refs that actually love the game and we are there because of the love of the game, we don't want to decide the game at all. So before I go down that road, though, we're going to talk about the Chicago Bulls. The Bulls, they came away with a win against the past game. Who did they play? It was. Shoot, I'm drawing a blank. Like I said, my days are running into each other, man. Today, I thought today was Thursday when it's actually Wednesday. I was checking out the game before the tip off. Yeah, the Raptors, 122 to 121. So the Bulls came away with a good win on that. The Bulls, they're right now. They are sitting at the ninth spot of the Eastern Conference. They are at 12-15. They are where I thought they would be beginning of the season, and I had them as mediocre to average. They're average. They're mediocre. They're not going to make any noise in the playoffs. Let's say even if they get there, I do believe they will. If they get to the play in which they should, they will win their two games that are required to get into the playoffs. But going up against Boston, Cleveland, or Orlando, we're not beating them in a 7-game series. That's just the reality of it. I'm a huge fan of the Bulls. I've been a Bulls fan most of my life because I'm from Chicago. 81st and Wabash in Chatham. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to everybody that's from the South Side. What's going on, my boy Pete? Pete Sandoval Jr. How you doing, my guy? Appreciate you tuning in, man. Please feel free to share this stream. So yeah, from the South Side, 80% Wabash. My exact address, if you want to go see the house that I grew up in before we moved from Chicago, was 8118 South Wabash, Chicago, Illinois. Went to Rudyard Kipling Elementary School, and then we moved to Mississippi my middle school years, and then we moved to Virginia my high school years. My dad was in the military. Chicago is my home through and through. But back to the subject at hand. The Bulls, they're not beating any of the top teams in the East when it comes to the playoffs. A 7-game series, we're not. We're not. It's just not happening. Even the Knicks. I like our chances against the Knicks, but if I was a betting man, I'm not picking us against the Knicks, and it's just the reality. This was a year that I wanted the Bulls to tear down everything and begin the rebuild process. Right now, it looks like AK is starting that process now with all the trade rumors that we're going to get into. Me personally, I would have loved to get that done in the offseason before the season started so we can have a clear direction for this team. But it is what it is. We are where we are right now. And with the trade rumors with Lavine, Lonzo, and Vucevic, I love Vucevic. I love Lonzo. Love Lavine. But it's clearly time for us to move on and just start afresh. And with that rebuild, I wanted us to go grab Ime Udoka before he signed with Houston. When he became available after he had the whole debacle with the Boston Celtics, and once he was able to sign with the team, whichever one offered him a contract to be their head coach, I wanted the Bulls to bring him in so bad. You know why? Because he is a great talent motivator. He has this ability to bring the best out of his players. He can identify what they're good at and he can enhance that. You know what I'm saying? And it showed in Boston. And unfortunately, when they won, he wasn't the coach. But we all know that Joe Mazzulla did a good job of carrying the torch that Ime Udoka handed over unwillingly. It's not like Ime did not want to be there. He was given the boot. So, but he is a fantastic coach and is showing with the job he's doing in Houston, and which is why I wanted the Bulls to bring him into Chicago so bad because I saw the young players that we had with Kobe and Patrick Williams and Ayo and Matas Buzelis. I wanted us to bring in Ime so he could establish a culture and cultivate the talent that we had. And no, this is no shot to Billy Donovan. Billy Donovan is a fantastic coach. He's a good coach. He's a hell of a college coach, and it showed on his resume. In my opinion, Billy Donovan is the type of coach that you bring in when you have a young core and you're trying to get them to buy into what it means to be a pro and get them on the straight and narrow. Can he be the coach to get you over the top? I don't think so. That's not saying that he can't, because he's had the chance to do it in OKC when that core was budding. You had a young Westbrook, you had a young Durant, you had a young Harden, you had a young Serge Ibaka, Kendrick Perkins, all those guys together when they went against the Miami Heat in the finals. I wanted that team to win, by the way, um, because I liked that core that they had. And Billy Donovan, he was coaching those guys up, and unfortunately, he did not get the title with that team. Um, but you're talking about prime LeBron on the three-headed monster that was the Miami Heat, and you know how that is. So, but unfortunately, it didn't happen. But he showed that if you give me the right young talent, I can get them where they need to go, as far as being a professional in the game. And it showed with the Bulls. And I think his best chance with us getting to the promised land is over. That happened 2 seasons ago when all the injuries happened, especially to Lonzo and Lavine. Unfortunately, we were not able to see the vision through and through. So this is why I wanted the Bulls to tear it all down and just start over this past offseason, but it didn't happen. So now we had trade rumors with Lonzo Ball. We have teams like people have talked about him possibly going to the Lakers. I don't think he'll be a good shot. I don't think he'll be a good spot with the Lakers. He doesn't need to go back to that. That being the mess of the Lakers that it is. What teams do I see fitting Lonzo? It's kind of hard to say because he's still recovering and he's still getting back in game shape from his injury. So he'll still be. I don't think he'll be on a minutes restriction, but when you watch him play, you can definitely tell he's worked on. Okay, I know what my limitations are. He's still a fantastic playmaker. I mean, the alley oop that he had to THT, you that type of stuff right there, the hustle plays that he brings, that's something that you cannot teach. You can preach it all day long, but unless the player has it within them, you're not going to get it out of that player. And so the thing, he can still be very effective, but it's clear that his time is up with the Chicago Bulls. So I would love to see. I think he'll be great on a team that's already budding. That's showing that, hey, I may not be your starter, but if you bring me on, I can be that spark that you need. Go to somewhere like a Cleveland. You have Darius Garland, who is the starting point guard there, but he can come off the bench. You know what I'm saying? And run that second unit flawlessly. You know, somewhere like Orlando, where he can be the veteran presence because they are a budding team, Could you imagine Lonzo Ball with Paulo Banchero, with Wendell Carter, and all those other guys that he have there, that they have there? So that would be a good spot for him, but somewhere there he can be effective. And he's not effective here anymore because time is up. Bulls aren't going anywhere for no time soon. Uh, Vucevic is the one that hurts me because I love a great big man. My father, he played in North Chicago High School, and he was 5'9", but could bang with the best of them down low. He was a guard, but whenever we play pickup, we go to the base, we play pickup, or we go to the school, whatever, we play pickup. I would see this man come down to the paint, all 5'9", 170 pounds of him, and just hit him with the Hakeem moves. I'm like, yo, you shouldn't be doing that as a guard. And so that is what made me fall in love with big man play. And Vucevic is one of the best big men in the league. And I've been preaching that. Those of you who've been following me know that I've been preaching that for the longest. And Nikola Vucevic is a very effective player. And he's so effective that you have teams like the Heat and the Warriors who are, you know, inquiring about him. Him on the Warriors, oh man, that I can get behind that as a basketball fan. As a Bulls fan, it will suck because he will be leaving us, but his time is up. I mean, it's just time for him to go somewhere to where he can really make a push for a ring, and Golden State would not be a bad spot at all. They talked about the Miami Heat because the Miami Heat really want to put Bam back at their 4 spot where he should be because he is not a center. I've been saying that for the longest as well, and this is not a knock against Bam, but it's about the fact that he can be even more effective as a 4 because now he doesn't have to worry about manning the paint as much, you know. But he can definitely do it. But could you imagine him and Vucevic in Miami? That's a dominant duo. It would be similar to the duo that I wanted the Bulls to have when Jonas Valanciunas was available. He's down there. I think he's in Memphis or New Orleans. But I wanted the Bulls to pair him with Nikola Vucevic, or you could have someone like a I wanted the Bulls to bring in DeMarcus Cousins and pair him with Nikola Vucevic as well. Because Vuce is a type of big man that he's not going to give you much defensively, but he does so much offensively that he is a force to be reckoned with. You can run so many plays with him on offense. On defense, they know they can attack him. He'll do his best to to man the paint, but he doesn't have the foot quickness. He just doesn't. That's just something that he lacks. He can do it, but pair him with a great power forward, someone like Sabonis that's down in Sacramento, which is what I wanted the Bulls to make a move for as well. When we had all those injuries, I wanted us to retool our offensive philosophy. Say, you know what, Booch is healthy. We still have DeRozan. Bring in Sabonis. Now your offense, while Lonzo is healing, while Lavine is in and out because he had his nagging injuries at the time. This is not a shot to him. This is just the reality of the situation. But you bring in Sabonis and you pair him with Vucevic and DeRozan. That would have been a nice trio. The ball would not be moving as much on the outside. Oh, but you can run the inside out offense easy with those two. You know, so but it didn't happen. That was just my wishful thinking and part of my coaching mindset that I had. It wouldn't be a bad deal to see Vooch in Miami, but I don't see them making a push for the Eastern Conference as well because now you have Jimmy Butler, who was on the trade block as well. His time in Miami is up, and then we have Levine. They talked about the Nuggets. I don't see Levine being a good fit with the Denver Nuggets only because they have Jamal Murray, and him and Jamal Murray are somewhat of the similar players. So could it work? I mean, yeah, but will it really move the needle for Denver? I don't think so. I don't think so. I was thinking about a trade that Denver could possibly make, and I was talking to one of my guys, and he brought up a good point. He said, "What about Atlanta?" I was like, "What do you mean, Atlanta?" He said, "Denver could make a trade to move Michael Porter Jr. to Atlanta, and they get back Bogdanovich and Hunter." I don't know if I said Bogey's name right. Please forgive me, Bogey, if you somehow happen to watch this stream. But Bogey and Hunter in Denver. Now, mind you, Bogey played with Jokic. He plays with them on a national team back home overseas. So they have their relationship there. And then you bring in DeAndre Hunter, who is a 6'8" forward. He can replace what they lost with Kentavious Caldwell Pope, who is now in Orlando being effective just as he was in Denver. So now you bring those two pieces in. They have a 3-point shooter, so they don't lose the shooting from Michael Porter Jr. Matter of fact, they get a better shooter in Bogey. Then they have a good wing athletic defender in Hunter. They can make some noise with that. And plus, Michael Porter Jr. He could be a good. His skill set works well, in my opinion, with Trae Young because Trae Young he loves to facilitate the ball, right? So now you have Michael Porter Jr. who can run the wing and play along with Trae. Trae can run the offense. He drives, he kicks it out. You got Michael Porter Jr. on the wing or on the sideline for the corner three. It's a win-win. So that would not be a bad move for Denver to make. So if Denver happens to make a trade with Atlanta and they move on from Michael Porter Jr. and he goes to Atlanta and Atlanta gives them Bogey or DeAndre Hunter or both, you heard it here first. So make sure you put that in your notes, put that in your mind, right? But going back to Levine, I don't think he'll be a good fit with the Denver Nuggets. Honestly, I don't see where Levine could be a good fit for a contender, if you ask me. And it is not a slight to Levine. It's just he does so much. Where can he really go where he will be effective? Now, if Golden State did not have Buddy Hield, if they didn't have Gary Payton, Levine and Golden State would have been a nice little trio. Him, Curry, and what's my man's name? Draymond. That would have been a nice little trio there. Shout out to my wife. She's tuning in. She said, "Good stuff, babe. I appreciate you. Appreciate you." Married to that woman for 11 years strong, man. Shout out to all the happy marriages out there. So Levine, I don't think he's going to go anywhere because no one is going to pick up that contract as well that we gave him. So he's kind of in that weird spot. Uh, so he may finish out his contract with us, and then when he's a free agent, an unrestricted free agent, then he may go somewhere that he can be effective. So I don't know. I mean, he could be effective in LA down there with James Harden. He could do that, but will LA make the type of move? I don't know. Would it really move the needle for them? I'm not sure. So that's about it with the trade rumors. I don't see much happening. I do see Lonzo being shipped off soon. It's just time. It's no slight to Lonzo at all. Just the marriage is done. It's time for the Bulls to rebuild. We have our two young guards in Io and Kobe, and and uh and Dalen Terry. So that's what they're using, and we still have Taylor Horton Tucker. Um, let Lonzo go somewhere where he can be effective, man, and help him get a ring because he's such a fantastic professional and his skill set is second to none. He is, when fully healthy, there is not a point guard in this NBA that is touching what Lonzo Ball can do. And it sucks that the injuries have affected him so much because he is a fantastic professional and ball player. Same thing with Nikola Vucevic, fantastic big man. I told y'all he was a top 10 big. Been singing it for the past few years now. I'm glad to see that other Bulls fans are tuning in and giving him his flowers and realizing how important he is to the Bulls and how important he is to the game of the NBA because we don't have many big men that can do what he does. And when they when they are in there, they're hurt. They are hurt. Outside of Embiid, outside of who else? You have Brooke Lopez, but Brooke Lopez is on a decline. It's just showing with age. But Brooke Lopez is a Hall of Famer. You have Jokic, but that's an MVP. Jokic is in the league by himself, so Jokic is not even included in that big man list because he nobody is touching him. Um, but offensive wise, though, he's just as effective as Embiid. Not as a dynamic scorer as Embiid. Don't get it twisted. He ain't got the handles that Embiid has. But far as being able to score from anywhere on the court, Vucevic can do that. Being a solid defender and a fantastic rebounder, yeah, Vucevic deserves to be on someone's team. Uh, ready to get a ring. If they didn't have KP, Kristaps Porzingis, he would be a great fit in Boston. If they didn't have, I'm gonna tell you right now. I'm gonna tell you right now. I don't know if it didn't happen or not, but if Al Horford would have retired after getting that ring, they could have definitely made a move for Vucevic to put him in that spot because they're still dealing with the injury recovery from KP. Only problem that could have happened with that was the contract that Vooch has. It probably would have kind of messed up the money with Boston, but he definitely would have been a good fit in Boston. His skill set, fantastic. And who else on the East? I'm not really seeing anyone else on the East. But he definitely would have been a good spot in the Boston. Out west, there's multiple teams that could use him out west. Multiple teams. The Lakers, they've talked about using him, but he'll need to go to the Lakers aren't winning anything no time soon. At least for the next 5 years, in my opinion. So Vucci, he would have not been a good fit there. He would have withered away and into the sunset. So he don't need to go there. Uh, Josh Giddey. Josh Giddey, he suffered an injury, so he's likely doubtful for the game that we have tomorrow going up against Boston, which I think the Bulls will lose. We'll make it competitive as we did last time. We almost beat Boston. I was watching that game, sweating up a storm, but Boston being a better team, they eventually, got the better of us. But Josh Giddey, he has an injury. The ankle injury doesn't look too bad, doesn't sound too bad either. So it sounds like he'll be out for maybe a couple of games, if that. So he should be back sometime next week, hopefully. Hopefully nothing happens where he re-aggravates the injury. You got to be careful with those ankle sprains, especially in the game of basketball. So that's about it for the Bulls. Let me share my screen though, because I want to look at these. Let's look at these standings real quick. See where we are and how I see it playing out for us. So these are the standings right here. All right. So this is the East, and as I said, you have. Let me make sure I'm set up here good. There we go. All right, cool. So we're good with that. All right. So you have Cleveland, Boston, New York, Orlando, Milwaukee, and Miami. If we were to face any team in the top six, who do I have? Who do I put our money on? Miami. We could beat Miami in a 7 game series. Uh, we beat Cleveland, Boston, New York. No. Orlando. No. Milwaukee. Maybe. Maybe. Milwaukee is streaky this year, though. When they're on, nobody is touching them, but they have a hard time getting on and staying on sometimes. In the play in, I should say, standings, you have Atlanta, Indiana, Chicago, and Detroit. We could take Atlanta in the play in. We could take Indiana is tricky. Indiana is tricky because they have the size to match up with the Bulls on the inside, especially. I like our guard play against Indiana, but we don't play good defense at all. We're one of the worst teams defensively in the league. And so because of that, Atlanta's shooting could be a problem, and Indiana's feistiness could be a problem. Detroit, I'm not worried about at all if you were to face them in the play-in. And if these standings were to stay this way throughout the rest of the season, we'll be facing Detroit. We'll beat them, and then it'll either be Atlanta or Indiana. And like I said, it'll be hesitant against those two. But if we can get to that 7 seed, I like our chances against 5 through 6. 6 more than 5, though, that being Milwaukee and Miami. So that's about it when it comes to that, though. Honestly, not much to talk about the Bulls when it comes to the standings and everything because it is what it is. We know what the Bulls are, but I will say we got to give a shout out to Billy Donovan because he has those guys playing very, very good defense. He has, I mean, not very good defense, very good offense. They retooled the offense when they made us. He made us a better shooting team. We were one of the worst shooting teams last season, so we definitely got that together. However, we suck defensively. So it is what it is with that. But I said this last show that Billy Donovan has the Chicago Bulls playing as that team that you do not want to see come March Madness. You know how you got that Cinderella team, they get hot at the right time, or you could be that 2 seed facing that 14 seed. You could be that you could be that 4 seed facing the 12 seed. There's always upset on those matchups right there. So the Bulls are definitely looking like that type of team. However, this is not college. This is the NBA. So if this was college, I would definitely take my money on. I would put house money on the Bulls at least to make it to the Sweet 16. They could definitely make a run, but it is what it is with the Bulls, man. So, but that covers everything for that. Now we are going to get into some refing stuff, and I'll make sure that I will not bore you. I'm not going to go into the book. If you have tuned into the previous shows, the black and white of basketball is very, very boring because it literally has to spell out everything. I'm talking about foot placement, ball handling, how goaltending, blocking. I mean, when you sit down and you read that rule book, it will put you to sleep. So we're not going to go that far. But what comes with being a referee? There are 3 titles that you would have as a referee. You are either the hero, the schmuck, or the villain. The team that is winning, oh, you the hero. They ain't got no problems with you. We winning. They ain't got to worry about the ref. If they losing, or if it's a close game, well, not if it's a close game, but if they're losing, they want every call to go their way. Every travel, every illegal dribble, every 3 seconds. I mean, you think of it, you name it. And because you may not call it, you are the villain. Now you're against me. Now this team is winning because of you. I had to referee a game. What's today? Wednesday. Had a game on Monday, and it was varsity games in this area are Tuesdays and Fridays, and sometimes Thursdays. And on Mondays and Wednesdays is normally the middle school games, right? In certain areas of this region of Virginia. So I had to referee a middle school game on Monday, boys and girls, and so the girls was a blowout. Boys game was good, but girls game was a blowout. And so the mom came up to us as we was getting ready for the second game. She said, "Y'all was cheating for the other team. Y'all weren't making no calls." I looked at her. I said, "So we was responsible for the score at the end of the game?" She paused. Yep, y'all sure were. I was like, oh, okay. Then we all busted laughing. And so that's what I mean when I say you are either the villain or the hero. Now, the third title is regardless if the team is winning or not. The third title being the schmuck or an idiot. You are an idiot. Once you put on these stripes, you are an idiot to every spectator on that game. regardless if the team is winning or losing, because you got fans from both sides. And then you have commentators, and then you have people who are observing you, because what people don't know is those who are those of us who referee high school, college, professional, we are being evaluated every game. On a high school level, there's a network, and I'll show you guys once I pull up the film when we go over some plays. Is that there's a board that you are under, and there's a commissioner who's over that board. The commissioner is observed by the state. In this case, me being in Virginia, we are under VHSL, Virginia High School League. Virginia High School League is under the National Federation of High School Sports, which is over the entire country. So if a referee makes a bad decision, he's going to get a call from his commissioner. The commissioner will then have to answer to the state. And then the state will have to then answer to NFHS if it gets really bad. Prime example. You guys remember when it was last year. Do you remember when the coach, it was a girls coach, she put on a uniform and she played the game and it made national news? That was in my area. That was at a school that's 20 minutes from me. I referee at that school all the time. You know what's crazy? Excuse me, let me drink some water here. I'm getting a little tongue tied. You know what's crazy? I did an interview on the news about that very thing that happened. Why? Because the night that it happened, my partner, when he pulled up, he said, "Man, did you hear about what this coach did? Yada yada yada." I said, "What do you know? What are you talking about?" He said, "Yo, she went into the game. She put on a jersey and was playing in the game." So this is what had to happen. The athletic director, he was not there at the time. He was not there. He was out with the flu. I know because I inboxed him and we were talking. He was out with the flu, so he was not on the premises. So when it comes to the book, because a lot of people ask, well, why didn't the ref stop it? When we go check the book, the only thing we check is the number of players that is on the court in this book. That's the only thing we have to verify. We don't have to verify names. We don't have to verify who's playing, who is not. You got 15 players warming up. There needs to be 15 players in the book. You got 12. There needs to be 12, and so on and so forth. And so what happened was she had on playing attire. So she was it assumed that, oh, okay, she's on the team. And it just so happened that a parent spoke up, and that is what caused everybody to look into the issue. And sure enough, so the school had to fire the coach, and then they unfortunately they fired the athletic director, which I think was messed up because he was not even there. However, they had to make some moves to keep VHSL from getting on them, because once you get punishment by the state, is you could be banned from the playoffs for years being 2 or more. That's on the school. If a referee, which is on their board, makes a bad decision being, I got a technical foul because players came off the bench. According to the rule book, once players come off the bench onto the court during the game, those players are ejected. Now, in that situation, I have to remember each number of the player that came onto the court. Well, let's say I don't remember. Let's say I just make up numbers. Once they go back and review the film, oh, this referee didn't know what he was talking about. He just made up numbers. You know what? Your board is banned from refereeing the playoffs for 2 or 3 years or even more. Or this referee is banned from refereeing games in this league for however long. So those are the type of punishments that come down from that. So that is why the school, they, of course, rightfully so, they fired the coach. They fired the athletic director. And the other penalties, I don't remember what happened. So yeah, those are the type of things that, like I said, you are either the hero, the villain, or the schmuck. And regardless of what happens, you will always be the schmuck in everybody's eyes, because every spectator think they can do your job. They think they know the rule book better than you. They think they can keep up and down the court, number of timeouts, player fouls, uh, penalties as far as technical fouls, and you name it. There's so much that goes on in our minds as a referee, and this is part of the reason why I have such a long memory, because I have to, right? So, with that said, I'm gonna get this play together. We're gonna go over the play that happened in the NBA Cup game between the Warriors and the Rockets. And we are at 35 minutes. I'm not gonna be before you long because I normally have guests up here, but this is just a solo show that I'm doing today, so bear with me. But we're gonna talk about the play that happened. This is for my man Julius because I made a tweet about that. I was gonna go over it, and he wanted to make sure that I talk about certain things when it came to this play. And once again, if you are tuning in to YouTube, make sure you subscribe to the Ray's Juke Joint page on Twitter. Make sure you subscribe to the Ray Juke Joint Twitter page. Shout out to Ray's Juke Joint. I want to appreciate my. I'm gonna pause that. Now we're gonna watch all 6 minutes of this play. We're gonna watch all 6 minutes of the last 2 minutes of the Warriors and Rockets game. All right, I'm gonna drink some more water. All right. So in this play, of course, let me share my screen. Let me get that together. Of course, this game ended on what everybody said was such a bad call. And in a sense, they have a good argument. I'm going to show you why. So you're about to get referee class 101. I'm going to take you inside the room that us referees go and get inside of whenever we're refereeing, whenever we are going in training. So what they do for us in training, when it's all in this off season, we have camps that we go to. I just got an email about a camp, right? That'll be happening in Hampton in April. In these camps, they take plays like this and we go over film hard. I'm talking extremely hard. You're going to have the veteran referees. You're going to have the commissioner of the camp, the commissioner of your board. You are getting grilled because they're going to tell you, why was you looking out of your zone? Why was you looking where you weren't supposed to be looking? Why did you make that call? What was the game situation? I'm going to break down all of this for y'all. So get real comfortable because it's about to get heavy. Now hold up. Let me stop sharing my screen real quick before I go there. This is what a typical referee has to deal with. All right, I'm going to the table. It's a timeout. How many timeouts does White have? They got 3. How many timeouts does Black have? They got 4. Okay, how many players have four more fouls? Because in high school, 5 fouls you're out. So how many players has 4 fouls or more? All right, so we got, once again, White has 2 timeouts, Black has 4, right? So White, they have 2 players with 4 fouls. You got 23 White and 20 White. 2 timeouts left. Black has one player with 4 fouls. 23 Black. All right. Repeat that. This is just the basic stuff. Going to the table, yada yada. All right, bet. So let me repeat this back to you. Make sure I got it. So you said White has 2 timeouts left, Black has 4 timeouts left. You said 23 White and 20 White have 4 fouls each, right? You said Black has one player with 4 fouls. That's 23 Black, right? Roger that. You go to your partner, you got to report that to each partner. Now, mind you, the game situation, you got to remember your zone. And also, now since these players have 4 fouls, we're not going to call fouls on these players unless it is egregious. Unless it is egregious. Because we, again, like I said at the beginning, we do not want to decide the game. Now, me as a referee, I'm in my mind, shoot, yeah, these 2 players on White, they get 4 fouls. It's a 5-point game. 3 minutes left in the fourth quarter. If I'm going to call a foul, it needs to be legit. Or if I do call a foul and it's on him, you know what? I'm gonna give it to his teammate. His teammate that was in the area, I'm gonna give it to him. So instead of it being on 23 White or 20 White, I'm gonna give it to 5. Same thing on Black because it is a 3-point game. Those are the type of things that are going through your mind. So let me pull this picture up before we get to. Let's see here. Share my screen. I'm gonna show you what I'm talking about with the zones. We're going to get to the Warriors and Rockets, but this is what I'm talking about when it comes to your zones. So in high school, you may have 2-man. 2-man is used for JV or varsity. I'm sorry, JV or middle school, right? Now, over here to the left, where you see two-person coverage, in the lead position, the lead ref is the one that runs the baseline. He has all the yellow in the two-person coverage. The trail in the two-person coverage has everything from his wing, 3-point, and half court. That's two-person coverage. So you may hear referees say, "Oh, I wasn't looking there." Well, why weren't you looking there? Because you may have the lead official looking only at the basket. If a foul happens right here, let's say where his area and the trail area meets, you may be going at the lead ref who's at the baseline. Why you ain't make that call? He's not looking there. Same thing with the trail. And there's a reason why I'm showing this, because this ties in with the Warriors and Rockets. So please, this is critical information right here that I'm giving y'all. That's in two-man. Now, three-person is what we run on varsity and above. Excuse me, college, NBA, FIBA, D League, etc. Now, the areas they get smaller. So the lead official, he has a little bit better. He has half of the paint and the wing of his side. The trail, they have the corner three area and right above the top of the key and the rest of his area, if that makes sense. Now the C or the slot, he has half of the paint, his wing, and from his side to the division line or half court. Now, why am I showing you this? Because we're about to get into it now. So let me stop sharing my screen real quick. So like I said, this is two-man on the left, three-man on the right. Three-man is what we run on varsity, college, and pros. You have the lead at the bottom, you have the trail at the top, you have the C or the slot on the side. So let me stop sharing my screen here. Let me pull up this Warriors game. And we're going to watch all 6 minutes. Here we go.
Minutes, Van Vliet, their veteran, into the corner. Green, and they got a piece with Green. Draymond get the fingertip on it.
Going into position.
Just an incredible recovery in the corner. They're back-to-back. Great.
All right. As you can see, like I told you, you have the slot right here on the side. You have the lead right here at the bottom. The trail you cannot see, but he is in position as well.
Contest there by Draymond Green.
Now you see the trail.
And we are inside of 2 minutes left in regulation. Curry looking for some daylight. Gets it to Green. Back to Steph. Two to shoot. Curry to spin. Healed.
Got a shot clock violation.
Another violation. And how about that? The two-man game. Draymond Green, Stephen Curry. So successful through the years. And Houston able to just take that away. Nothing on that play. No shot attempt. Where these two teams played a defensive dogfight last week, Thursday in San Francisco. Golden State won that game 99-90. Very similar here tonight. Van Vliet on the baseline. This is Şengün on the box, backing down. Green, the spin, missed it.
Good no call.
Green,
that was a great no call. You see,
class.
Now you saw Draymond hollering about that call, but that was a good no call. I'm gonna tell you why. I'm going to slow the speed down. I'm going to put it at, let's put it at 0.25.
On the baseline,
all right. You see Draymond, they're battling. He has good defensive position. Right here. Now, the C is, the C is watching, as you can see. So technically, that can either go to the C or the lead. But in this particular situation, they got caught in a rotation. I'm not gonna go down into the whole rotation ordeal. We're not gonna worry about that. But like I said, Draymond he's vertical. if we wanted to get Draymond for a foul, you could, but that'd be ticky tack. Plus, the situation, the situation at hand is this: you have a minute 22 seconds left, 2 timeouts left for both teams. Unless it is an egregious foul on either the offensive player or the defensive player, we're not going to call that. We're not going to call that at all. We're going to leave it alone. All right, we're going to let the play, let it go. Stay straight up. Great no call. Now, right there, Draymond wanted to push. That is why Draymond was fussing. He wanted to push in the back. Was it egregious enough to give? Maybe. That's one that's up to your judgment. Whether you make it or not, it depends. That's one where they would talk about it in their ref room that I can give my opinion, but unless you talk to the referee directly, he may tell you what he saw or what his crew saw. It's not that big of a deal. And it goes off Curry, Rockets ball. And as you can see, Draymond, he's talking about the push. And he had a legitimate case. Normally Draymond he's a little dramatic, but he had a legitimate case about the push in the back, right? But once again, game situation. It's a 6-point game. If I make that call, I don't know how many fouls 28 had at this point, but now I give the ball back to Golden State. And also, Golden State is not Golden State. Houston is down. So in our minds, am I going to make this call on a team that's down right now, and it's not egregious? Nah. No, I'm not going to penalize them in this type of situation. Now, if it was egregious enough to where you just had to call it, then that's different. But that right there, you can let that slide. Now we're going to go back to normal speed.
With his defense. Yeah, 3 possessions in a row. One a
Like
great
I said,
contest, one a contest and a
block. Ain't even mad at you, Draymond.
Fantastic post-interior defense. Draymond Green with a defensive
lead inbound the ball.
Rockets need points. Van Vliet from the corner. He buries it.
3-point shot.
Giving the Rockets life.
They got a 3-point game.
Prior to that was 1 for 8 from the 3-point line, but knocks down a big-time 3-pointer.
Both teams have a foul to give as we come up on the final 60 seconds. Boy, errant pass.
It was a bad pass by Draymond. Horrible pass.
Green trying to get it to Kuminga. And Golden State's turnover issues rearing their ugly head again.
And I love the play, though. Kuminga and Stephen Curry in the 2-man action. Kuminga tries to slip on the switch. The pass just led him a little too much. Right idea, just unable to execute.
Golden State has turned it over now on 3 straight trips.
You don't need a 3.
All right. So, again, game situation. Oh, what just happened? There we go. Game situation. 3-point game. And 1 time I left for Golden State, 2 timeouts left for Houston. 54 seconds, unless it is a foul. I keep saying this for a reason, because we all know how this game ended, right? Unless it is a foul that is egregious, I am not blowing my whistle for nothing, because I do not want to be the one to decide this game.
Here, obviously.
Look at that Houston losing streak. 15 straight defeats at the hand of Golden State. Şengün, and he's bumped.
All right. Let's review this. And I hope you guys are enjoying this. This would not normally be a normal thing on a podcast that I do, but because I had this play right here. Excuse me. I had this play right here that I wanted to go over, and plus I wanted to show some game film that I've done. And I thought it would be a good spot for the show. And this is also why I decided to wear my referee shirt. So every now and then I do this on the show. But we're gonna run this back. All right. I'm gonna make sure I'm muted, and I'm gonna give you a good play-by-play. Okay. We're gonna put it at 0.25 speed. Gonna take it back. All right, here we go. Wait, hold up.
You don't need to.
There we go. Sorry about that. All right. He's setting up the offense. Now watch Van Vliet. He's going to try to sell it. Curry did stick his leg out, which is why Van Vliet tried to sell it. But he's trying to draw the foul. Again, is that egregious? No. Play on. And that's why the whistle was not blown. Here we go. He drives, throws his head back. Now, I can only speak from a high school referee, college referee. I cannot speak with the pros because the pros they do their officiating different. Different meaning how they view certain violations and everything. Now, when he drove down the basket, remember I showed you about the C, how he has half of the paint, and if you look at the cup signal, if you follow the line of the cup trophy, the C or the slot, referee 28 right here, he has everything from left of the paint to him. This referee should not be looking there, high school, college, because that is not his area. And let me show you another thing that 28 did. Watch what he does. And this is a rule that's in the rule book that the NFHS is really pressing on high school referees to call. Watch the head bob. He threw it right there. There was not enough contact from Draymond that caused that type of reaction from 28 Black, right? But he got bailed out by the referees. And the lead was the first one to throw his hand up for the foul signal when it should have been the slot. The slot was going to get it, but he let it play through. But we got a double whistle. 28 did a good job of selling the foul on Draymond, which is why Draymond, you'll see he's going to argue that call because he's like, come on, man, I barely touched the guy. All right, let me put this back to normal speed. All right, this is back on normal. And I hope you guys are enjoying this. This is just to give you an inclination of what is going through a mind of a referee that takes his craft seriously and that loves the game. All right.
Shingun, and he's bumped.
And right now, Emma Adoka upset. There was a little split action at the top, and there's a collision between Van.
Now, this goes back. Hold on. This goes back to what I was saying about the referees either being the villain, the hero, or the schmuck. They just talked about Ime Udoka being upset about the foul play that he thought that should have been on Stephen Curry. Now, as an official, where does that put you at? That puts you as the villain because now he wants any type of contact, he wants the whistle blown. His team is down. The NBA Cup is on the line, right? He wants every call to go his way. I'm pretty sure if you were to ask him about that screen that Van Vliet tried to set and drew the foul, he would probably tell you it won't worthy of a foul. Van Vliet sold it. But again, game situation. Just like we are trying to stay out of the game, he's trying to convince us. He's trying to sway us as an official to blow every call his way. I tell you, man, if you want to get good at negotiating, become a referee. You'll learn a lot.
Van Vliet and Curry, no foul called.
And the officials say this was not on the shot. It was before the gap.
Now, right here, we're going to slow this down. Because remember I said that Draymond didn't do enough contact that would have caused the type of reaction that 28 Black gave. He did it. All right, got it on 0.25. Okay. Watch Draymond's hand. I'm sorry. I keep forgetting to mute that. I'm sorry. Watch Draymond. He realized he's getting beat right there. That is a human natural reaction. Now, and according to high school ball, as soon as a player puts two hands on a player, they want us to call foul because that's according to them that's hand checking, which it is. But we understand that that's human nature. If you take your hands off immediately, we'll let it play through. And this is what Draymond does. He saw that he was getting beat. He puts his hands on him, but he pulls it back. However, it wasn't quick enough. And 28 Black saw that he had Draymond beat and he had him in position to draw the foul on him, and he threw his head back. You'll see. Now, look at that. Now, come on, bro. Draymond just put his hand on your arm. That was not worthy enough for you to throw the head back and all the come on, bro. The theatrics. I hate that as a referee. Now, me in that position, what we can do, according to high school rules, there is a flopping violation, right? If I want to get a player for flopping and he is an offensive player, the play is blown dead. The offensive team, they maintain the ball. However, that player is now given a warning. That's the first time. The second time that any player does it on that team, the second time we call flopping, it is now a technical foul, 2 shots for the opposing team and the ball. So given that 28 Black here was the offensive player, if this was high school, blow my whistle dead. Blow my whistle. The play is dead. Black still maintains the ball, but it is a flopping warning on 28 Black. What does that tell him as a player? Oh, okay, you know what? I can't do that. Because now if I do it again, I penalize the whole team. And look, come on, look at that. Look at that. That like I said, the NBA is different than high school and college. So I'm not gonna put my tongue on that because I want to be in the pros one day. So I gotta make sure I watch what I say. All right. Make sure I put this back on normal speed here. I thought I did. There we go. And we'll hit play.
Golden State had one more to give, so a side out of bounds. It's on Green, his fourth. 48.8 left in a one-possession game as the drama builds here in Houston. So that last graphic, the Rockets have not beaten Golden State since February of 2020. Incredibly. Van Vliet. Here comes the vet. Green out to Smith. Too much a fight for it. Knocked out of bounds by Pajemski. They'll reset the shot clock to 14 seconds.
Try to get a quick 2. If not, you got to get a 3 here. Of course, Golden State, stay attached. Don't help off the shooters.
Warriors are out of fouls. Şengün, beautiful hesitation. It's a 1-point game. He's got 26.
Now,
got a 3-second.
All right, here we go. This is the play that decided the game. All right.
Different shot to game clock as Brooks chases Curry. And everyone's standing here in Houston. Curry steps back on the launch. He missed it. Fight for the rebound. Payton poked away. 5 seconds. Boy, does Green have possession?
Now, yeah, it's about to get good. It's about to get real good. I hope you guys are enjoying the show. I hope you really are enjoying it. Please subscribe to Ray's Juke Joint on YouTube and Twitter. I'm live on Facebook, and I'm also live on my personal page on Twitter, or X. I'm sorry, Elon, X. Now we're gonna slow this down. Now make sure I turn the sound off so you won't get that weird robot sound as well. Let's see here. Right here. All right. Steph Curry shoots it. Now, again, game situation. I want you to look at the paint. Watch 5 White. This is a play that the league possibly could have called. but it would have given Houston the ball. If this referee in the lead position, remember I told you have the lead who runs the baseline, you have the slot or the center referee, and then you have the trail. Watch Five White. Watch what he does because the call that he makes, it gives the ball to Houston anyway at the end of the game. But the call that he made was not the right call, in my opinion. Watch what Five White does. You see the contact. He's tracking. Look at that arm, that left arm. They're both fighting for position. The reason why we referees call foul is because you have not put yourself at an advantage, what's the word? An unruly advantage over your opponent. That is why we call foul. It is to level the playing field. So any types of pulls or pushes or little things that you try to do to gain advantage, we catch that because we want to stop that habit from being a problem throughout the entire game. I don't know if Five White has done this most of the game, but if the lead would have made this call at this point in time and given the ball to Black, that would have been merited. Now watch. You see him, he's pulling right there. He now has an advantage. At that point, if White gains possession of the ball, you blow your whistle. The play is dead. You get 5 for a push foul or a hold. Ball goes to Black. And you know why? Because now it would not look bad on film because everybody can see. And you are seeing, and nobody paid attention to this on ESPN or NBA TV or inside the NBA. You want to know why? Because they are not referees. They're not looking at the game how we look at the game. I would have rather the lead official made that call. But here's a rule of thumb. When you have a foul on a player after the ball has hit the rim and it is up for a rebound, you wait until possession is made. Now, if Black would have gotten the ball, you don't blow your whistle because it went to the right team. But if White would have gotten the ball, then you blow your whistle because now you guys were at an advantage over Black that was unruly. I'm going to play it for you guys one more time. Watch Five White. He knows Steph is going to go shoot. So what does he do? He's going into position. He already knows his role in the offense. Now him and 28 are battling. That left arm. He pulls. He gained it. Oh, that is a horrible foul on White. That is awful. And because of that, Black would have been in position to gain a rebound. And White 5 knows that. That is why he held him. They're fighting for the ball. Now, my boy Julius, he said that I think it was this play he was talking about, could it have been a foul? In that situation, nah. You don't call a foul in that situation because they're both fighting for the ball. Excuse me. They're both fighting for the ball, right? Yes, he goes on top of him. Now, game situation. I let 5 White get away with a clear, blatant pull on 28. I don't say anything. Am I now going to penalize Black for making a play for a loose ball? I let that go. Again, this is how we refs think. I blew that call. I'm not going to penalize them now. Right? So they're fighting. He gets rid of it. The ball is loose. They make a play for the ball. It's a tussle. Now, what do we have here? First of all, you got the coach onto the court. That never happens in high school ball. That does not happen in high school ball, but this is the pros. They can get away with that. There's levels to it. All right. High school, college, no. Now, you have 3 Black players signaling timeout. Only problem with that is the reason why the referees did not blow their whistle because they don't know who has possession. You have black and you have white on the ball. That is why the C, who was by Steve Kerr, and the trail did not blow their whistle. But you're going to see who's going to blow their whistle, and he should not have been looking there at all. All right. Now, as you can see, the C and the trail go in. He now you have the player from black. He was talking about I'm sitting in timeout. Nobody has the ball. I can't give you that timeout. If anything, it'll be a jump ball. But we got a foul. We got a foul by the lead official. Now, let me take you back to where the zones are for referees. Remember when I showed you that the C, the trail, and the slot, they all have a certain area that they're supposed to watch? I'm going to show you why that was very pivotal. See here. Pull my screen back up. I really hope you guys are enjoying this. I know this may be boring for some, but this is what we go through when it comes to refereeing. This is how we get grilled. Now, I'm sharing my screen. Remember, 3-person coverage. The lead official who is running the baseline, he has the yellow area on the right here. He is not looking in blue. He is not looking in green. The trail has blue. The C has green. So everything that is happening from the free throw line to the half court line or division line, that is on the C and that is on the trail. Why he came up and made that call, I don't know. And I'm pretty sure they had a good talk with the lead official and whoever the commissioner is for refereeing. Right? So we're gonna play it. I'm gonna play it at full speed. The entire play again. From the foul that was missed on 5 white that you guys saw that could have been called and probably should have been called. That would have been a better foul to call than what he called on the jump ball. Make sure I put the sound on. Here we go.
Standing here in Houston. Curry steps back on the launch. He missed it. Fight for the rebound. Payton poked away. 5 seconds. Boy, does Green have possession? And Billy Kennedy says foul on the Warriors.
Now you'll see that he gave the signal of the pull. But when they show the other angle, you will see what the trail and slot were supposed to see, which is why I did not blow their whistle at the time. Now, the only reason why I'm thinking that Bill may have blew his whistle is because he is the R. The R is the lead official for that game. That's the only reason why. Does it make it right? No. Doesn't make that call right at all. That will be something I would love to sit down and talk with Bill about. And I'm only saying Bill because that's his name. I don't know him personally. They're going to give us the other angle. You can see Draymond pointing at him because Draymond know, like, bro, you was at the baseline. Why are you making this call? Why are you calling foul? And that is what, look at Steve Kerr. Look at his face. He is pissed. And rightfully so. Rightfully so, especially when they show you this angle that's coming up. Try to speed it up here. That face is priceless in real time, though, in slow time. All right, here we go. Fighting for the ball, fighting for the ball. Boom. That is what Bill saw from the lead position. Is it enough for a foul on White? It's ticky tacky. They're fighting for the ball. The better call to make in this situation is a jump ball. You do not call a foul unless it is egregious. That right there is not egregious, especially when you're in the lead official area. And then you saw he lost the ball. All right, let me go back to the slow time. Hold up. Let me go back to the slow playback speed. Here we go. All right, gets rid of the ball. They're fighting. They're fighting. Right here, Jalen Green. He has it at the moment, but now you see the Warriors player hand on the ball. Now watch this. He loses it. He does not have possession of the ball. So Houston was trying to signal timeout. Nobody had the ball. White does not have it, nor does Black have it. And once he gets it back, look at that. Look at that. Look. It's a marriage on the ball. You got two parties on the ball, and he's looking at the lead official. So in the lead, if Bill was going to make that call from where he was at, and you have this camera angle, let me get this off the screen. If I can, come on now. Oh well, but you see what I'm seeing. Two hands on a ball from two different teams. And Jalen Green is looking at Bill, who was in the lead official area. That's a jump ball. The foul that he called was way before, if he wanted to, was way before that. And then, of course, they shoot the free throws and they win the game. Right? So in that situation right there, as you guys can see, I showed you the positions of the referee. It was appreciate you, Ray. See? Said he's loving this new way to see the game. I'm telling y'all, when I watch basketball, even when I play ball, when I go play pickup ball, I play it differently now. It's weird, man. It's weird. The game is slow. Excuse me, the game is slow to me. Right? But as you guys can see, I showed you the areas that these referees are to look at. The best call for Bill to make in that situation, for any referee to make in that situation, was a jump ball. Nonetheless, that was it. You calling a foul? Nah, bruh. Nah. And Bill he's been in the business as a professional referee for years, years. So I am not someone to sit up here and do not take this as a bashing Bill Kennedy. No, I am not doing that at all. Even if someone were to send this to Bill, I ain't bashing you at all, bro, because you are where I want to be. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not doing that at all. But I know for a fact that's a play that you are worthy of getting grilled for nonstop. Nonstop. All right. So last but not least, let me close those windows out. We are going to get to some plays on me. Let me get my screen together first. So we have a couple of plays. I had to throw a player out this past week. Um, you had Bayside High School versus Salem Middle School. Now, all my Bears fans, there was a Bears running back that played at Bayside. He played for us in 2018, I want to say. His name was Taquan Mizell. That's right. He's from Virginia Beach, Virginia. He played, excuse me, he played at the United States. God, dog, can't talk. He played in the United States Army Senior Bowl, and he played at the University of Virginia for college. So I was at his alma mater, had them twice. They're okay. They have a tendency to, uh, they're a little shaky. They start out hot, but then they get cold. Why? I don't know. I don't know why that is. They're okay. But let me get the play up here. And I'm glad you guys are enjoying this show. Like I said, this was something different that I wanted to do. Like I said, I normally have a guest, but I don't have one right now. I haven't. that I'm going to reach out to. And if you'd like to be a guest on this show, let me know, man. Hit me up in the DMs. Hit me up. Shoot me a message on Twitter, Facebook, YouTube. Hey, yo, I tune into the show. I would love to be a guest. I want to talk about my Bulls fandom. No problem. I ain't got no problem with that. I'm all about putting others on, man. I'm all about that. That is my goal in life to just to continue to give opportunity to others. That's what it's all about, man. All right. So let me pull this up real quick. All right, I got the game up. Let me get to my timestamp. Let me share my screen. So, like I said, guys, I had to referee at Bayside High School. Bayside High School. Sorry if I'm repeating myself. For whatever reason, I got this frog in my throat that would not go away. But Bayside High School is where the former running back Taquan Mizell, who played for the Chicago Bears, excuse me, is where he's from. This is his alma mater. Right. So I'm gonna get to the mark here. So you guys, you're about to see me in action. Let me get to the third quarter here. That's me down there by the cheerleaders. Hair swinging and glistening. All right, so this is halftime. Let me get to third quarter is about to start. All right. So the team in white, that's the home team. The team in black, excuse me, that is Salem. This is a rivalry game. They're in the same district. All right. So we expected this game to be, if it wasn't going to be tight, it was going to be physical. There's going to be a lot of trash talking. All right. So you about to see your boy in action. Third quarter is about to start. All right. I'm in the slot position or the C. Remember I showed you guys the graph. Here we go. And there's a reason why I'm showing you guys this, is because this is when I had to throw a player out. Excuse me, I had to throw a player out because, like I said, we knew it was going to be dicey. We knew. Down the ball. Also, there is no backcourt in high school on an inbound, regardless if they're on the baseline, the sideline. There is no backcourt in high school. Now, college and pros, that's different. I think it's the same way in college. But in the pros, no matter where you are, you throw that ball backcourt, it's a backcourt violation. But in high school, you could be on the baseline. You could throw it all the way to the other side of the court. It's not a backcourt violation on the inbound play. So I want to put that out there because so many fans and people, it's backcourt. It's not backcourt according to high school rules throughout the country. Here we go. They inbound the ball. I go into trail position. And if you don't know who I am, I'm the referee with the locks, the long hair. All right. They're fighting for the ball. Right here. That play right. Oh shoot! I went back way too far. Come on, Greg, get it together. There we go. This play right here. You'll see on the first pump fake. I missed the foul. Right when he went up for the pump fake and zero black landing on him, I missed the foul. Right there. That's a foul. I missed that. And that is my area of the paint as the slot that is supposed to make that call. I missed that. And one. Now, there is this thing that I've noticed. I'm going to stop sharing my screen real quick. As a referee, I've noticed there's this thing I call it the law of balance. If you naturally miss a call, whether it be a violation or a foul, If you genuinely missed it, like I did on that play right there, there's this weird thing where it levels out, right? So I missed that foul, but what happened? He got fouled again plus the N1, right? If a player is going down court and I genuinely miss him traveling or stepping out of bounds, once they set up their offense, what happens? The ball somehow goes out of bounds or somehow the offensive player draws a foul and then it goes back the other way as it was supposed to. So just putting that out there is it's a weird thing, but I notice it. If I genuinely miss a call, somehow it has a way of balancing out. And then there are times where you're looking at it and you say, "Man, I missed that call. I need to make it right." All right, so I got you. I got you, coach. I got you, White. Hey, bro, I missed that call on White. So what we're gonna do is this: next time they get that ball, any type of contact, just give it to them. So that way that cancels it out. Right. So there are two ways that you can balance out a game. All right. Let me go back to sharing my screen because I know y'all all enjoying this. All right. So I missed that call, but he got the N1. Now he's going to shoot the free throw. And again, this is at Bayside High School, the school where former Bears running back Taquan Mizell played at in Virginia Beach, Virginia. All right. Now it's about to get good. We're getting close to where I had to kick a player out. That play right there. I made that call. That was the right call. They didn't like it. So, like I said, and as a referee, you're going to make calls that you have to catch the little things because it's the little things that can magnify themselves in critical game situations. So, I'm going to play it back. 10 Black hits the 3-pointer, all net, wet. Now, as White is bringing the ball up, there's a player I'm going to highlight right here. This player right here, 5 Black. You see his left arm? He has it on White the whole time, right? Now, you don't see it right here, but where I am positioned in the slot position, I'm looking between these players. And at this moment, he has a hold on the player's jersey, which turns him and which causes Black to get the ball. You see it turn him? Now he let his hand go to try to sell like, oh, I'm making a defense, I'm making a clean play. Nah, he held him, which is why White turned the way he did. And I'm looking between them, and I got him. I'm trying to get back to the time. There we go. We'll play it real time. Like I said, watch 5 White. Watch how he turns him. It was very subtle, but it made a big difference. See, and I blew the play dead. He didn't like the call. No one else can tell. They don't know what I see, but I saw it. You have Black's coach hollering about it, and that's when I get the signal that he wrapped him. So it's those type of things that you may see a referee make a call. Like, what did you see, bro? He ain't touch him. Nah, he did something, or else I wouldn't be blowing my whistle. And as you saw it on film, the player clearly had his body. It forced him to turn his body because he was being held. All right, now we're going to go to where I had to kick the player out. I did not want to kick this player out, man. I did not want to do it, but it had to be done. I'm going to show you moments that led up to it. All right, so We're ending the third quarter. Fourth quarter is about to start. As you see, home team white is 49, black is 35. So it's still a close game. All right, here we go. This matchup right here. This matchup on the court. 25 white, which is their big man, 6'6" kid, right? And you got black, he's barely 6 foot, checking him. And why was he checking him? I don't know. I don't know what the coach was doing in that situation, but hey, he has a strategy that I don't know about. It ain't my business. All right, you see me in the slot position right here. I'm watching my area. Sidebar. ADD moment. Y'all don't understand how taxing it is to referee. To referee, get in position and stay locked in with the play. Watch how fast I run up down the court. It's just a shout out to me. Shout out to me. All right. Watch how fast I had to take off to stay engaged. Boom. Get in position. Start to count. That's the type of stuff that comes with refereeing, bro. As you can see, it's still a close game, 49-38. It's brewing. It's brewing. 25 gets the ball. Again, why he is checking 25, I don't know. He is too little to be checking that big 6'6" guard. I mean, sorry, 6'6" forward. That was a foul, clean foul. Now, right here, these two. Remind you, this is a district game, so it's tough and it's still close. Enough time on the clock. Each team has 4 timeouts left, right? But for whatever reason, they just start jawing. Now, watch, I had to get involved. They're talking. They're talking. You see me walk up to them. Hey, cut that out. Cut that out. And the players are telling me, because 12 black, I will say he was cussing. And according to the rule book, anytime we hear cussing, we gotta give him a tech immediately. But like I said, I don't like giving techs, because if I had to give a tech, that means I really had to. And in that situation, I should have gave him one, right? But I gave him a warning. I said, hey, yo, cut that out. If I give you a tech right now, that puts white at 51-38 if they make both free throws. Plus, they get the ball back. So now there could be a possible 4-point swing, maybe even 5-point swing if they make a 3-pointer after making those 2 free throws. That is what's going through my mind in that situation. I look at the clock. Yo, these guys are down, but they're fighting. I don't want to get this kid a tech right now, but he's being stupid. Let me talk to him. So I'm talking to him, right? They get the ball back. He misses it. Good no call. Now it's about to get crazy. At a foul call. You see, they still draw, but it's nothing too crazy, right? One shot left. And they still end up getting to 50 or 51 without me getting involved. Again, the balance. I took myself out of it, but you got a warning. I don't want this to become a bigger lead than it already has to be. But if I have to, I will. But it worked out anyway. So watch this. Timeout is called. Watch 12. Watch 12. Watch him. Still talking. Cusses again. Technical foul. So now we're telling each other technical foul. We're telling white coach, who do you want shooting? Now y'all saw I gave him a warning. Again, laws of balance. He had warning comes before destruction. That's scripture right there. Warning comes before destruction. I gave the kid a warning. I could have teed him up a minute earlier, but I didn't. But he couldn't get out of his own way. So that's me telling the lead official, hey, he's about to shoot 2 free throws. Kept talking. That's exactly what I told him. He couldn't get over himself. So 2 free throws. Technical foul. The team or the players, they stay above the free throw line on half court. 2 shots. Now you see why I don't like giving technical fouls? Mind you, it was just 38 to 51, sorry, 49. That foul, that was the right call. Put him up 51 to 38. But that technical foul, now you have 2 more points added on to that. Plus, they get the ball back. So now the official tells me, he said, all right, you see what we're working with, call it. Any type of contact you see, call it, because now we got to get this under control. I get ready to inbound the ball. Now, this is on coaching. This is on coaching. That player just got a technical foul for talking to the player that he's guarding. Why is he in the game? Coach, why is he in the game? He just cost you a 4-point swing for White. Now, the foul was merited. He had 2 of those free throws, but he added 2 more, plus they got the ball back because he couldn't keep his mouth closed after I gave him a warning. Why is he in the game? Coach, situational awareness. And he's checking the player that he was talking trash to. If you're going to keep him in the game, at least have him check another player. And plus, that player is 6'6". He's barely 6'1", if that. Why is he checking him? This type of stuff that goes to my mind as a referee that it irks me. We called a foul. He told us any type of contact you see, call it. And now this player has a target on his back because he was already given a technical foul for cussing on the court. You see what I'm saying? Do you see how we referees we think? If you got a good referee. Now you're about to turn that 4-point swing. Just watch. Just watch, man. Just watch. You still talking. You still talking. Now this is on coaching. I'm not even mad at the player at this point. This is on coaching. He can't believe he got the foul call on him, but he's not thinking. This is why I say this is on coach. You as the coach, that player get a technical foul, but you get over here, you scold him. Hey, bruh, look at the scoreboard. Look at the time. Get your head in the game. If I get another foul from you, you out, or you already out for one. But if I'm going to keep you in this game, you better not get another foul. And if you do happen to get another foul, you keep your mouth shut because now the referees are on you. Play smart. But this is on coaching. Makes the first free throw. So now the coach is going to sub this kid out. A minute too late, if you ask me. Now watch what this kid does. Watch what he does. Right in front of me. Shoulder checks him. Had to give him a tech. He's gone. He's gone. He tried to play it off so slick, but you saw White's reaction. Watch again. You had all the space in the world. All the space in the world. Watch again. He's still talking. Now watch the free throw shooter's reaction when the player shoulder checks him. Now 12 black, he tried to play it off so slick like he was just running to the bench. No, no, sir. You could have went around the players to the table, or you could have went behind me and went to the table. But you had to run into the shooter. Watch the free throw shooter's reaction. Look at that. He's gone. Now we got to shoot 2 more fouls for the technical. And that's where I'm going to stop sharing my screen at right there. Gentlemen, if you are a coach in any capacity, we as officials, if we have a problem with a player, we are looking at you. In that situation, that player was a problem. He could not get out of his own head. He could not get out of his own way. So now you, as the coach, you are responsible for him now. You are responsible for his actions. Not his mother, not his father. You are, and the assistant coaches and any other coach that is on your team. And like I said, I hate giving out technical fouls because you saw the score go from 49 to 38 to now 56, 57 to 38 in a matter of a minute and some change. All because the player can get out of his own way. So I hope you guys enjoyed this show. It's a little longer than normal, and I don't know where this frog is that's in my throat. I don't know what it is, but I really hope you guys enjoyed this show, man, because I just wanted to, do a different approach. Like I said, I had to go along with the presentation as well, put on my stripes, not VHSL stripes though, not the stripes that we wear for the state games, but I just wanted to put that out there and show you how we referees think. So now when you have a referee that is out there, you think you can do a better job than him? I would love to see you try. And if you can, fantastic. Fantastic. We need more officials anyway because there is a shortage of officials throughout the country. Quiet as kept. Nobody's really talking about it, but there is a shortage of officials. So I really hope you guys enjoyed that. I'm going to give a few shout outs. Okay. I want to shout out some other Chicago Bulls podcasts. I'm going to put their names on the ticker. Because I don't want you guys just tuning into my show, right? I don't want you guys just tuning into my show. I want you guys to tune into other Chicago Bulls content creators because we all got to eat. You feel me? We all got to eat, man. I want to see everybody eat. I'm not the type of guy that just want to hold all and not share it. We live in a country that does that enough anyway. So the first shout out I want to give out to is Bulls Central Pod. I'm going to put their name on the bottom here. Subscribe to Bulls Central Pod. All right. Check them out on X. Give them a follow if you are a huge Chicago Bulls fan. Help build their following. You know what I'm saying? And go tune into their show when they go live. So shout out to Bulls Central Pod. All right. Next, we have, I'm doing 2 things at once here. We have Bulls on Tap. Bulls on Tap. All right. Let's see here if I can. There we go. Save. And I'm going to show them. Bulls on Tap. That is that Twitter handle. Keep saying Twitter. Elon, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Elon. All right. Bulls on tap on X. That is their X handle. All right. Check them out. Give them a good follow. They do good time. They do good content over there as well. So please, please, please give them a follow. Um, like I said, I want to see everybody eat. All right. So that's Bulls on tap. Next, we have FS Ball Podcast. It's another Chicago Bulls podcast that I want to shout out to. So their X handle, that is their X handle. Please give them a follow as well. As you tune into the Refs Call show here on Ray Juice Joint, make sure you subscribe to Ray's Juke Joint on X, YouTube. And I keep wanting to say Twitter, but I'm not. I'm doing better, Elon. But X and YouTube, subscribe to Ray's Juke Joint. And you can subscribe to me. My name is scrolling at the bottom. That is my personal Twitter page. But also subscribe to FS Ballcast. FS Ball Podcast. All right, that's a tongue twister right there. Give them a shout out, man. Give them a check them out. Next we have Horns Bloody, which is another Bulls podcast. Give him a shout out. Shout out to Horns Bloody Podcast on X. Make sure you subscribe and tune into him as well. He's also doing his thing on the weightlifting. So, tune in, get you some good fitness tips along with some good Bulls content. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to Horns Bloody Podcast. Who else do we have here? I had quite a few up here. I'm on my last two though. And of course, you gotta, you know, tune in to the one and only Stacey King. Give me the hot sauce podcast. You know what I'm saying? I mean, he's the best. He's the best commentator in all the basketball, in my opinion. Give me hot sauce 21. That is a Twitter handle for Stacey King, the best commentator in basketball. Second best is the Charlotte Hornets commentator. He's pretty good. He's very entertaining. Not as entertaining as Stacey King, in my opinion, but of course I'm biased because I'm a Bulls fan. You know what I'm saying? But from a basketball perspective, he's really good as well. Got some good content. And last but not least, we have CHSN underscore Bulls. What's my underscore button? That Lord Jesus, I can't find it. There we go. I'm showing some love, man. Showing some love. Again, that is CHSN underscore Bulls. Make sure you subscribe to them on X and YouTube. Subscribe to all of these wonderful podcasts that gives out great Bulls content, along with the Refs Call show on the Ray Juke Joint Network. As you guys know, I love everybody. I love you. You may see me talk trash back and forth, but it's never personal. If I interacted with you on social media, it is never personal. Only time it gets personal is when you call me out of my name. Then I got a problem with that because I don't know you. You don't know me. Let's keep it respectful. You know what I'm saying? However, I want to see everybody eat. I want to see everybody eat. When I mean that, I mean that. My wife and I, whenever we come back to Chicago, when she has to perform for the Chicago Sky or, excuse me, any other NBA team that calls us and that sends us an email saying they want her services, anytime I get extra tickets, like I did for the Chicago Sky, I gave them out to Christy. I gave them out to my guy, Sean. Met them. It was a fantastic time. You know what I'm saying? So I just want everybody to have the experience that me and my wife get, getting backstage passes to NBA games and WNBA games and doing stuff for, different studios that, Microsoft, you know what I'm saying? If I can bring others along so they can get that first class experience, I'm going to do it. Like I said, when we did the Wizards and Pacers, my boy who was from Indiana is a huge Pacers fan. We gave him backstage passes along with us. He got to meet the entire Pacers roster and take pictures with him. It's the type of stuff that I just want to give others, man. So when I truly say that I want to see everybody eat, I mean that. I really do. So this has been the Refs Call show. I want to appreciate everybody that has tuned in. This has been one of the best shows that I think I've done. Please go back and share with your friends. If you want to see how us referees watch the game and what is going through our mind, please show them this episode. Please, please, please show them this episode. And until next time, I am out. Y'all be blessed. I got to get ready because I got 3 games Thursday, Friday, Saturday are all booked up with basketball. So it's a lot of basketball, a lot of working out and eating right and getting good sleep. But I'm out of here. I love y'all. The Bulls play the Celtics tomorrow. I don't think they'll win, but they will make it competitive. I'm not being a sad Bulls fan. That's just the reality of the situation. So with that said, peace.